I know the camera doesn't really pick it up what I can see, but you're looking down into the valley and there's more ranges in the background. Absolutely beautiful. This is why I do this sort of stuff. This is why anyone does this sort of stuff. Day 6, another absolutely cracking day to be riding a bike in the middle of nowhere. Oh, I got away about 15 minutes ago. I've just been on this long steady climb. It's not a big one. It's long, but it's not steep. So I got about 40 k's into Eidsvold today. That'll do me today. I'm gonna get some, hopefully get there by lunchtime and get some washing done. Get some of them wet clothes dried out, washed and dried out. Yeah, it rained again last night. It rained to about midnight, so wasn't too bad. I got my dinner in and I just started to make my coffee and it started to set in. And unfortunately, my two-man tent that I bring touring the vestibule's not really big enough to cook in, so I really need to keep some fruit or something I can have cold that I don't have to cook. Anyway, that's for another trip. All right, let's keep going up this incline and get to Eidsvold. Bit of springtime burn off. You can definitely tell we're on the drier side of the range. Coming up to that possum range yesterday, up past from Mount Perry, it was green. Now she's pretty dry. Although they look like they've had some rain here. I just had a couple of wedge-tail illegals circling around on top of me. I stopped to take a photo, but I don't know where they've gone. They're a majestic bird. Massive they are. Keep an eye out for them, but at least they weren't vultures. That's a good sign. Moo. 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 My good friends Barbie and Q, Num Nums, Chops. Little patches of green amongst the red dirt. Oh, just here on the side of Kirby Road, having a bit of a rest in the shade. It's getting quite warm, very quite humid, so I think another storm's going to be happening this afternoon. I was going to turn off and go down a back road, but I was talking to an old cocky there and he was saying the road's not in good condition and a bit rough. So he reckons I'd be better off staying on the blacktop, but it was 6 to 1, half a dozen the other. I think the other way was about 10 metres shorter, less in climbing, so it's neither here nor there. There's hardly any cars really passing me, so it's not as though we're on a busy highway. Hey, here comes the Burnett Highway. 10 kilometres to go. What to do first, caravan park or pub for a cold beer? Oh dear, I'll have to ponder. Here we are, made it to Eidsvold. 42 kilometres for the day, a lot of hills. And that last 10 kilometres along the Burnett Highway, oh man, that was long. I didn't think it was ever going to end. I might go and get sorted at the caravan park first and walk up and have a cold beer. Nice and green out here, looks like we've had some rain. Day 7 is a very chilled day indeed. Bloody ants. Hang on. Bloody ants are getting into everything. Even my cup of tea. Yeah, I ended up having an extra day here, guys. Just the last 2 days were pretty taxing getting over the range, but I also wanted to go over and try and fix the tension bolt issue on my saddle, which I happened to do. I just used a 5/8 cup head bolt nut, and it didn't go in the way I originally had in my head, but it worked the other way just as well. So but the good thing is it gives me tension on the saddle again. Starting to get a little bit sore on the rear end, sitting on the rail every time I hit a bump. But yeah, so that's about it. Had a great couple of pieces of ribeye fillet last night. Smashed it like Miley Cyrus's wrecking ball. I just topped that off with some spuds. I got one large potato and just cooked it on the barbie. And I just had some mushrooms and potato, and you know, and I basically inhaled it. You know, my old home dehydrated food gets me by, but there ain't nothing like real food, I tell you. And so I'm camped right beside the camp kitchen, which is handy. Which I have all to myself, which is good. So I've got my stuff spread out willy-nilly all over the place in here, so that's good. No one else wants to come in, but I'd make room for them. I'm a sharing guy. Yeah, so that's it. I'm gonna wait. The supermarket closes about 5:30, so I don't have a fridge here anywhere, so I'll go up about 5 and get another meat fest for tonight. As you can see, guys, I'm no vegetarian. Well, veggies are very good. I love them. They're a great side to meat. But yeah, now I'll grab something else, and I might see if they've got a potato salad up there. And I don't know. We'll work it out. I'll show you what I've got when I've got it. Yeah, so I went over the whole bike today, tightened all the nuts, went over all the racks. I noticed at Mount Perry I had a loose front rack bolt, so I've gone all over them and double checked, and everything is fine. Put some air in the tyres. Heading to Krakow tomorrow, 85 kilometres. I've been told it's pretty flat, but that is by people who drive cars. Now we know that flat in the car isn't necessarily flat on a push bike, but we'll see. Don't know if I'll make it, but it would be good. I'm taking 2 days water just in case. Yeah, so I'll, just in case, I've got to camp somewhere on the side of the road. Apparently there's a really good campsite in Krakow. It's right opposite the pub of all places. Fancy that. But anyway, I will
worry about that tomorrow. So it could be done in 3 days, or it could be split it up, I don't know, but we'll see how we go. It's been more storms. Another storm passed through here last night just after dark. Blew in some heavy rain, and apparently there's another thunderstorm predicted for this afternoon about 5. But yeah, so the old tent is holding up, which is good. Still no leaks, so heavy rain hasn't caused any issues with it. What else? Nothing. That's about it. Life in a small country town in a caravan park, guys. Well, the storm's rolling in, guys. I have rissoles, potato salad and some pasta salad to do tonight. I've got a couple of tomatoes left over from last night. Out. This has been pretty much the norm now every afternoon. Just coming in a little bit later here this side, but last night it was just after dark like now. But usually by 3 PM you're popping it. So yeah, what can you do? At least I'm in here and not riding out there somewhere. So tomorrow afternoon's supposed to be the same. So I might keep an eye on the radar, and if I've got service, and just get in and hunker down. I've got some tin spaghetti and stuff, so if worst comes to worst, I've got stuff I can eat that I don't need to cook. We're gonna rock down to electric barbecue. My rissole's getting harder. This is crazy, guys. Lights going on and off. Wow, I thought it'd be over by now. I won't be sitting down there and eating the dinner. It's wet as. It finally ended. Still rolling around, but the rain stopped. I'm kind of a bit worried to look inside my tent. I'll have to do a full review on this tent. It's a $169 tent, and yes, it's a little heavy, but that just withstood an hour and a half of some very heavy rain, and it's still bone dry inside.